It's the NFL on EA Sports. And here's the pick artist himself, Trayvon Diggs, who's had quarterbacks numbers all season, coming down with 7 picks. It's the Cowboys and the Eagles. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gutton, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's at the 40, the 20. He will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Here we go, here we go.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Well, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. Second and 6, just inside the 30. 11. To throw, it's Garoppolo. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
The Eagles send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 5 yards past 100, and a touchdown.
And he's been a touchdown machine for this season. He's #1 in the league in rushing touchdowns. So that has to help the entire offense as a whole. Play action passes, other people have a chance to touch the football because if you're a defense, you absolutely have to key on him.
Looking to throw, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
A first down carry for Barkley. He's got it to the 43 here.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. On third down, it's Prescott. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Fielded at the 43. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Barkley with a carry on first down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. It's Barkley on the counter. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Prescott off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Barkley, inside handoff. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Prescott. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And that'll keep this a 9-point game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not getting too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here, because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
After 1, it's 9-0. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Micah Parsons gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll run with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Tolbert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
Marr on for the extra point. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo finding Knox there, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Garoppolo. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Man open, he's got it complete to Corbin Sutton. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run again with Hunt, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First and 10, it's Patterson. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. A give to Barkley out of the gun, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. This will be caught at Samuel. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Barkley will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
To try again after the sack, Prescott.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
On play action, Prescott
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this 1st half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo now.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
To throw is Garoppolo. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's one of those calls where you play it safe, but you're hoping that maybe something might spring for you, because instead of forcing ball downfield on 3rd and long, maybe you can hit them with something underneath, break a tackle or two, pick up a block, and see what happens. Not here, though. Good job reading the screen, and it sets up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this 1st half.
So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Miles Sanders, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, let's head to New Jersey. The Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Breece Hall, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And that one all tied against the visiting Saints. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they will need to get this passing game in gear, because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we check out their numbers on the ground, as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down. From the 45 on second down, Garoppolo. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4, second down coming up.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he completes it to Hunt. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, then they might get hit with a screen. Maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
They run for it with Hunt. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Now a toss right to Barkley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Eagle pressure, too much
this time. Down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Andrew Booth picks it off.
And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Barkley again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Deebo Samuel, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far. And that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A give right side now to Hunt.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. They'll go screen here to Hunt. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Now Garoppolo. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Prescott now from the 50. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. On 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. He'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And this one complete to Smith.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Now a toss running left, Hunt. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. On 2nd and 9. Garoppolo. He's going deep for Brown. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Holding. Offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll look to throw here. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox.
Finding room at midfield. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. It's caught on the right side, it's Smith.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo.
Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. And the Eagles are going to be looking at a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Hunt. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there. Hold them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
Again, it's Hunt pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Here we go.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold them out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt, and Hunt is not going to get there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Watch it 4th.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. Hunt is unable to get it.
The red challenge flag making an appearance. Doug Peterson not liking what he saw there. Well, the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So Doug Peterson successful there on the challenge, throwing out the flag, a good call.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They begin with a run by Barkley. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15.
70 yards rushing now for Barkley. It's a first down.
Now Saquon Barkley. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
60 Mavericks. 19 tight. 19 tight. 79 Broncos. Hurt. Right there. Hurt.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB.
That's into the hands of Tolbert.
And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Fielded at about the 28. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Open man, and again it's Sutton.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Garoppolo looks to throw.
Quick slant here to Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Garoppolo on first down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Micah Parsons. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw here taken in by Knox.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
On first down, Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 12-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And some room to work. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go to Barkley again.
And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. No whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6 now from the 42.
Ready, go!
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Cowboys,
the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year.
And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.